everybody, welcome to my channel and welcome to today's video. Bonjour tout le monde. I am going to give you a little update about my current project, and that is to convert a construction van into a tiny incy-wincy camper van for myself. The construction van in question is a Renault Kangoo. It's a two-seater, of course, because in the beginning it was a construction van, and I have decided to transform this van into something that I can take on my road trips to the south of France. Now let me tell you what I've been up to. I already customized my van a little bit last week, and I did the floor last week. I have my family, I have friends, I have a garden, I have my house, my animals. So I'm not doing this full time, just every now and then when I have the time. This week I had a couple of days, so I decided to carpet the doors. I bought some felt special for the car's interiors, which I glued on the two back doors, on the sliding door, and also on some inside bits that will be visible once I have put my storage in. For the moment, everything is visible. So I started with putting carpet on and lining the inside doors. Silly enough of me, I started with the most difficult bit, and that was the right side door, this one over here. If I had known beforehand that this was going to be the most complicated one, I would have started, for example, with the sliding door, which is much bigger and much easier access and much less curves and folds and difficult bits. But anyway, I started with the most difficult bit, and I must say I am not really happy with it, but I'm not going to change it because it took me a long time, and it is only for me, myself and I have to live with it, and I will live with it. It has a few bits that are not as good looking as I would have liked it to be, but I do like the main aspect, the main effect it gives me. I'm not sure whether it will be much of an insulation. At least it will absorb a little bit of the noises from outside. It will absorb a little bit of the cold. I used neoprene in spray, which is a wonderful product. My fingers and my clothes were full of glue, but that's all good. I have the lining there where I wanted it to be, on the inside of my doors. Next thing that I was so worried about, and I did not know what to do with it, was the skylight. I bought a 40 centimeters by 40 centimeters skylight to put in the ceiling, and I did a whole lot of research on the internet, a lot of information about how to put a skylight in, what to do, which skylights, but none of that information helped me give me something about the Kangoo, skylights in the Kangoo. I just wanted to know about the Kangoo in specific, and about that I did not have anything. In France, when you have a construction van and you want to transform it into a camper van, there are two things that you can do. Either officially you change it into a camper van with all the norms and conditions and all the rules that you have to follow, or you keep it officially as a construction van, which means that you don't have all the rules and everything to follow. And if you do that, you have to keep your van in its basic shape. You don't make a lot of changes to the structure. Putting a skylight in would make a huge change. Also a huge change to the general aspect of the van. So my decision in the end was to leave my van as an official construction van, which means I do not have to bend to all the rules and the legislation and the norms of a camper van. Every time I have to submit my van in its safety control, it has to be in the original state, which means I have to take out the bed and the storage units that I want to put up here. So I've decided to put in a removable bed and removable storage units. So every 2 years when my van has to be controlled, I can take the extra bits out and my van can be checked as a ordinary construction van. And that is why I decided not to put the Skylight in. It is a pity, and I already bought it. So if any one of you needs a Skylight 40 by 40, it can be open, just give me a shout. As I had decided not to put the Skylight in, I could attack the ceiling, and I fell in love with this wonderful anti-noise paneling for anywhere in your house where you need the noise to be absorbed. And I decided to use it for my van. I had enough by buying just one kit, and I cut it in the sizes that I needed it. I didn't quite know how to put it on. I don't want to put screws in the metal, so I decided to go for gluing again, and I used the same glue as I used for the lining of my doors. Out how to put it. It worked more or less, but the next day when I came back inside my car to check if everything was still in place, no, it was not in place. So I decided to use another type of glue. It's a glue that I already had in my house. It's also neoprene style glue. This worked so much better for the ceiling panels. And now that it's up here, I think it looks so cozy. One of the advantages, I am sure, is that when it rains, I will hear so much less noise coming from above when I'm here in my bed, because it will keep out the noise from outside. The wood bars are stuck on very thick absorbing black felt. The end result is really, really cool. I really, really love the end result. So what am I going to do next time? I think I will start with the storage units on either sides. It will be not very deep, only about 15 centimeters, but it will be enough to put small items here. This side will be for cooking, this side will be for any storage. This side will have a folding shelf that will serve as a table as well, and this side will be where the bed is going to be. I will have to do a lot of planning, a lot of drawing, a lot of figuring out how I can do that. But anyway, I will see that later. I have to go back to work. I have to be doing other things. But I promise you that in a week from now, I will continue with my van that is, surprisingly enough, getting somewhere. It looks really cool. Anyway, I thank you all for watching and for sticking with me on my journey to a campervan. And I say to you all, thanks for watching. See you all next time. Au revoir. Bye bye.